Hi everyone, welcome on board to C0RRUPT.
Now, when you talk about a TV station that presses hard, goes head to head, let us talk about Arise TV. Of course, we have other media houses and personalities who do their job too. But Arise TV has two individuals there, and one of them is very vicious. I'm talking about Reuben Abati and Rufai Oseni. Rufai Oseni goes deep, he goes hard, he cuts deep, and he has made a name for himself. Although there are people who are saying that his career might be short-lived because certain individuals would not want him asking those tough questions, but someone has to do it. Someone has to do it. Right now, it seems the presidency and vice presidency has been sorted out somehow. I'm saying somehow. Of course, the case is still in the courts. The tribunal is still looking into it. There is this pre-hearing, and they are still, doing a lot of drama surrounding this. But there is another seat that is very important, and it is the Senate president. The Senate president. We are talking about legislators now. There are people who are saying, for fairness, let it go to the Southeast, particularly Igbo, since an Igbo man wanted to be president and he did not get it. But this is not a child's play. It is not for children. They are saying if an Igbo man does not know how to play that politics in the federal level, let them sit down somewhere. No one is offering anybody a piece of bread with butter on it. Fight for your own. If you don't get it, you're your own. Now, this is what prompted the north of Nigeria, who are much more on this. They say, no, we are going to get this seat. The north wants to get that seat. They want to be president. We have Ojus of Kano and many other people who are vying for that seat. But as it is right now, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. A governor has decided to position himself for that position. I'm talking about a 10th Senate president now. A governor, he believes that he is the right person for that seat. And I'm talking about the governor of Zamfara state. He said, I am the right individual for this seat. I must be given this seat. I want to be the Senate president. Now, when you talk about federal character, it does not represent the federal character. The balance would have been, if we have to look at federal character, South, West president, North, and Southeast. That is what it should have been. But this is not what it is at this time, as all of them are jostling for that position. And I'm very sure that finally they will conclude on what and what. But I'm also certain that the presidency will be very careful. They do not want to put in an Igbo man that will make the presidency not function how they want it to function. Do not forget that the Senate can also, kind of ruffle the feathers of the presidency. Although, from what we know, presidents have so much power that they can overrule. They call it executive power. Now, I've just given you a background of what is going on. But you are about to hear something strong coming from the cuisine of this Zamfara governor who wants to be the Senate president by Rufai and Mr. You know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about Reuben Abati. They dug deep into him. They disgraced him. They made him know that, in fact, they asked him, are you qualified? Are you really qualified? What are your antecedents? Your state is one of the poorest states in Nigeria, not viable at all. And you think you have something to offer as Senate president. Mr. Man, will you go and sit somewhere or do something better? Let us hear. And before then, do not forget to like and share this video. Do not forget to subscribe to this channel.
If you have the legislative experience, not in the House of Assembly, but the same National Assembly.
I get that.
So I think it's a done deal.
I get that, Senator Yari. You want to be Senate president, but you were governor of Zamfara State, that is still part of the poorest states in this country. 92% poverty. Those are the numbers coming out of Zamfara State. One of the highest as regards people impoverished in this country. Little or no, very little minimal development. But you are a man that lives in a lot of affluence and wealth. Even recently at a book launch, you gave 250 or close to 300 million naira to somebody at a book launch. A lot of people are saying, why didn't you spend a lot of effort in fixing your state and at least improving the poverty prospect when you were there? And what qualifies you now to want to be the Senate president?
What does Zamfara have to do with the Senate president?
Your hitherto record.
And this one you are talking about.
That's what it is. Your record.
What does that,
your record.
Excuse me. What does that? Excuse me.
Mr. Yari, that's the record you'll be judged by. That's the record you'll be judged by. That's your record.
Excuse me. What does that happen? Before me, how many governors governed Zamfara State?
So what did you do to change it?
Am I the first governor in Zamfara State?
So what did you do to change it in your time? Because that's your record.
I'm not. I'm not. It's a record that I'm a governor, yes? And I have done my best when I'm there. And the issue of poverty is all over the northern part of the country. You know it. So it's not the one that can make a magic. And by the way, in total Nigeria, how many percentage in object poverty? How many in total? And if you can't issue unemployment, how many youth are unemployed? So please, don't bring that issue to say governor of Zamfara State, my contribution to this or to that. Do you mean that the 250 million I took it from Zamfara State or what? How much is Zamfara State getting in a month when I was there? How much? After the salary and all other things, how much is getting? And that, go and check Zamfara State very well during my stewardship, what I did and what development I brought and what had been there. To the best of my knowledge, I have done the best I can. And from the history of Zamfara State, when it comes to the issue of development, up to today, I don't know for tomorrow, there's no governor that serves Zamfara State people right than I do. And that's what is in there in Zamfara State. So if you want to check, go to Zamfara State and check.
Yari,
but the issue of poverty, it depends on what to, and if you look at the state in generality, one, Zamfara State is not an industrial state. We're all agrarian, and you know what it is. No huge investment by the federal government in any ramification. It's the little that we took from the center. We go there, the revenue generation is nothing to write home about. Okay, because there's not much business to do. Okay. Even the traders and those are in the other businesses, the business boom during maybe when the salary picked up and what have you. That's the part of the country that you. Okay. So we are trying to see how much we can do, get involved and correct of those issues. By God's grace.
Governor Yari, every man will be judged by his record. The last position you held before vying for this position after being elected as a senator is this position of a governor. And that's why I'm asking you that based on the antecedents of your record. And let me tell you fair and square, it's a question I will ask other people vying for the position. The last person that came here that was vying for the position of the Senate president, this was the same question I asked him based on his antecedent record. That's it, Governor Yari. Thank you.
Let me ask you, are you qualified for this position that you are seeking? Because according to the Senate rules, being a first-timer, you probably don't qualify. That's one. Two, an APC chieftain called Chief Okoye Obono Obla.
My pawn.
Chief Okoye Obono Obla is saying that the APC will need to discipline you because you have been making divisive, inflammatory statements about the party. He quoted you as saying that if the North does not get the Senate presidency, then the APC, should forget about the North, will collapse in the North. Did you say so? And do you agree that you are trying to divide the party?
Very correct.
Okay, do you agree with Okoye Obla that the party should discipline you?
Well, he is saying his own interests. Maybe let me take you to the section of the rules of the assembly. Nomination of senator to serve as presiding officer, and the appointment of principal officers and other officers of the Senate or on any parliamentary delegation shall be in accordance with the ranking of senators in determining ranking the following orders shall apply. Senator returning based on number of times re-elected, senators who had been member of House of Representatives. What do you say about this one?
Okay, so in terms of ranking, you're saying you are qualified. But Obono Obla says
What do
you
you say
want
about
to...
it? This is the rule of the House, of the Senate.
Okay. Obono Obla says you want to divide the party, and you should be prevented from doing so.
Well, he's just saying what I'm saying. We in part of the country called Northern Nigeria. If we are going to be denied that, no problem. This is what I'm saying. This immediately start counting down. That's what it is, and that's the truth. So if they want to deny the truth, it's its own business. But our own business that we have done best what we can for APC to return power in the center. So we need to be considered, and not even considered a peer play. The Constitution very clear, very, very clear, and I have no apology to anyone. That the Constitution is very clear, says that Section 50, as I said earlier, says select leaders among within yourself. So what's their problem? Why don't they allow that members to go and do that and do the business? And by the way, what we have is a parajah situation. It's not unlike when the PDP be having 80 senators, 75 senators respectively. Today, we are having 59. Opposition, they have 50. So whom are you going to open eye to go and do otherwise? It's not like that. It's by dialogue, by communicating, by sitting down to discuss. I can remember in 2019 vividly, President Buhari called all of us. Party were there, everyone was there, elected person were there. And the President Buhari announced, he did not announce, even allowed the party. When we observed the situation, we asked him to calm down. It's not a ripe situation to discuss this. But he congratulated us coming in, and he said he hoped that we will understand ourselves on taking our leaders.
This is politics, mediocrity at the highest level of it. Well, right now, people are kind of looking at every of this like, oh, so now it is the number 3 position that is being fought for right now. The presidency has gone to the southwest, as we know. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the president-elect, the vice president, Shetima from the north, and that position for the presidency is being fought really hard. The north are hell-bent. They said, no, we must retain it. We must get it. It is now survival of the fittest. So, like I said, are saying the best alternative, the best option. Let us not say alternative. The best solution for peace and tranquility is to have someone from the southeast. That is what some people are saying. I do understand this sectional aggrandizement where you feel comfortable that someone from your region is occupying a particular position and it will benefit you. At times, it does happen. It does reflect to a certain extent in the lives of the people. I mean, not generally the people, the tribe that particular person is from. It does reflect at times. But this is not what we want. I don't know why they cannot be clear with their position when it comes to this true federalism, representation. If you have this, let there be this. This has always been a pattern anyway. And this is what happened during Bola Ahmed Tinubu. In fact, religion was a big one. It is just now that Bola Ahmed Tinubu stood his ground and said, no, enough is enough. This is a do or die affair. He knows that there is no chance or opportunity for him after these 8 years. Bola Ahmed Tinubu knows that he has gotten to the last leg of his time as a person. He is not going to say, I'll be cognitively all right in the next 8 years. He knows that this is his final push and is ready to go to the end of it. Now, the fight for the Senate president. The North is actually at loggerheads with the southeast of Nigeria. The Southwest is not struggling. It is the Southeast that is struggling with the North on this position. We will see the politics that the Southeast will play. You see, it is time for the Southeast to begin to play much better politics. Rather than being subservient and it is now time for them to stand together and pull weight together. It is not easy. It is not easy. It seems somehow the Southeasterners are unable to come together to agree. They are unable. It's like they are more interested in their own personal goal, ambition, rather than them unifying themselves, because that's the way out. That is the way out. Now, regardless of all of this that I have said, regardless of all of this, there is something that is important that we all need to take note, that these legislators, these senators are of no use. The Senate is simply the retirement home of these criminals. That's it. They get paid as ex-governors. They get pension. They also get paid working. I don't know where this kind of law comes in. Most of them create this law in their state. They look at the lacunas, look at the, they create laws for themselves. It's time for all of this to be reviewed. But who is going to review when they are all in it together? It seems there will be no benefit for them. That is why they will not swiftly put an end. We need someone who is focused that will put an end to all of this calamity. It is cancerous. The Senate, most of the time, they get paid by money that is loaned. How can you pay senators salaries from money that you loan? And they keep putting the country in perpetual poverty. No great or efficient growth in the country. It is so sad, so sad. Now they are all fighting for their own position. It's all about vested interest. All of them are ready to do what they call do or die. We will get it. We want it. It is our own. We shall have it. We want to be this and that. It's so sad, so sad. What are your thoughts as regards it? Do you think true federalism should be, displayed here? Do you think this Senate presidency should go to a Southeasterner? And who do you have on your mind? Drop that person in the comment section below. Like and share this video. Subscribe to this channel.
I say a very big thank you to those who have taken time to subscribe to this channel. And if you're yet to subscribe, kindly tap on that subscription button and also the red bell icon so you will be notified whenever videos such as this are uploaded.